All right, it is Monday. We are live. Good morning, everybody. Sorry about yesterday's stream being canceled. I was sick. I had a migraine. I had a stomach virus on top of it. It was not fun. But we are back and we are ready to get going. Today I'm still a little tired, but I think we'll be all right. So we're going to pick up where we left off on our embroidery guy here. Oh, and on a programming note, we will be swapping to a, I'm going to try a summer schedule this year. It gets very hot here during the warmer months, and that is going to be starting soon. So at some point in April, probably to the middle to end of April, we're going to be swapping to a summer stream schedule, which will be from 9 p.m. to midnight approximately, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday. To accommodate schedules. So that way we're still able to get stuff done that we need to get done. It just gets so hot in our house. And then, you know, when all the lights and everything are on during the peak heat of the day, it's real gross. So we are going to try that and we'll see how things go. So I'm just splitting our thread here. We're going to be picking back up with our fish that we started working on last time. We didn't get all of his colors done though. See if I need the... Come on. Do I need to get... Do I need to get the threader? It's so close to cooperating. There we go. Like sometimes, depending on the needle eye size, I don't need it. Sometimes, man, that thread just does not want to cooperate. So the last time we were together, I hadn't started working on this yet, but I decided instead of outlining everybody, I'm gonna fill in the background around everything that we're working on off stream with the black embroidery thread. And I really like the way that it is popping. It looks a little bit more of a better fill in the background in person. I realize now that it's not that terribly visible on camera. And the entire outer section here, is that actually going to hold though? I messed up my knot. Hopefully it will. And then the entire border where the stretcher bars are sitting, that's going to get repainted in a different shade of black. So yeah, we're going to switch to a slightly later time frame. I've always been one to stay up later at night normally. And then when we had gone away, I was trying to hold on to it, and we had a couple of late nights dealing with weather issues and what have you, and it's been real hard to try to hold on to being up at like 8 a.m. and ready to go, and it's also been equally as hard to be asleep before midnight lately. So, I mean, I used to work overnight shift to begin with for many, many years. So this might be a sort of easier in between to do it this way, because then I can still kind of be up early enough if I have to go and deal with life stuff. Where needed. And then I also won't have to cancel on the days that we have to go and run errands either, which will be helpful. Because those errands will be more than complete by the time we roll around to stream time yet again. I will say these past few days have not been fun with the severe weather. We had like 2 rounds of it. Oh, really? You're gonna do me like that? It did me like that. There we go. It was a simple one to fix. We just had to convince it to fix. And that's all. So yeah, it's been a long few days here. Dealing with the stupid weather. We got lucky both times. Okay. It felt like there was a knot that should not have been there on the back, but we're good. No actual snag, it just felt like it. But we got lucky. Yesterday especially, because I kept saying, oh, severe weather. It went from like 68, 65 in the morning to 20 degrees last night with a feels like of 7 when I woke up this morning. It's like, what in the ever-loving heck is happening here? Crazy. Absolutely crazy. And we were briefly in a tornado warning. I'll tell you, the night before, though, we had been under a wind advisory, and we had such a long, strong wind gust. it was truly creepy. It knocked off one of our big wind chimes, hit our porch. One of our doormats almost went sailing. Our cardboard recycling bin was in our carport. Next to our car, almost around the corner from the house. One of our trash cans was blown over in the driveway. The lid to my mom's citronella candle was in our backyard when that's on our front porch. Like, what the heck? I was like, did we have a mini tornado? Because this lid landed over here, didn't do any damage to the car, but landed in a place that seemed very strange. I would have expected it to, like, be in the side yard, not, like, halfway down the driveway behind our house. I'm like, what is going on? This is weird, right? We had a couple rumbles of thunder. We got some very much needed rain, so that was great. And then they briefly threw us into a tornado watch, and I'm like, but these weather guys said that our severe threat here was pretty much over. And it was very bizarre. And I think we were in the tornado watch for maybe an hour, and then we got dropped out of it. And I was like, okay. And then it just kind of rained off and on for the rest of the day. It was very strange. And it got to the point where I couldn't lay down anymore, even though my head was killing me. So I got up and I was like, well, let me try the heating pad. The heating pad seemed to help a bit more on my neck, probably from the wicked temperature change. But I still didn't manage to be productive at all, and that was kind of pissing me off. Because, like, I felt just good enough to try to do something, but not good enough to stream. And, because I couldn't really hold a conversation very well. And, I kept trying to get something done, and I'm like, let me at least get some project planning done for the mother-in-law's Mother's Day gift. Because I certainly wasn't up to working on my mom's gift. Though I did get quite a bit of that done. It doesn't feel like it, but I did. Based off of, well, compared to like last week when I showed you guys what I was at. So, let me see if I can squeeze it in there. So that's kind of how far I am right now. We're getting there. Sorry, incense burner. Didn't mean to tap you. So, I'm getting there slowly, but I need to start planning what I'm doing for the mother-in-law. And since everything I think about getting from Walmart is like shipped from Walmart, and I'm like, but I don't want to ship from Walmart. I want to just go pick it up. If I'm gonna order something, I'd rather get it through Amazon so I don't have to pay through for shipping because we're already paying for Prime. So I'd much rather do it that way. So husband's gonna trade me $50 in cash next month for the gift card, and we're gonna use the gift card for groceries. And then I'm gonna use that money for stuff from Amazon because I need to get this metallic thread. for the mother-in-law's gift, I need a unfinished embroidery hoop. For my mom's gift to frame it. And I'm debating if I want to get the stabilizer, the water soluble one, to make transferring a little bit easier. I don't know if I'm gonna get that yet though. I might skip it for now. At least the mother-in-law's gift is gonna be smaller than my mom's, so I should be able to get it done in time. That was entirely not in the right spot. I'm still not 100% sure what color I'm gonna do with that fish. I was torn between like a pale red and like orangey yellow combo. Then I saw this like one like medium teal and pink. I thought that might be kind of fun. But I don't know. Anybody was thinking maybe that would be too soft against the other colors, but then this guy's a little bit soft, so it might work. So this guy, let's say it's like really close in that spot. I'll have to use the black background thread to kind of add a little bit of separation there. Or, you know, I don't have to. I could just fill in up to a certain point and leave that connected as well. Yeah, there's nothing written anywhere that I have to fully have that separated there. So I'm sorry about the time change on the stream. That is quite a drastic time slot change, but we kind of used to stream in the evening anyhow. We used to have a start time of around 6 or 7 p.m. to begin with. And then I kind of had to swap it around for life a couple of times. We've had to change up the stream time a few times. But I think that might be what's gonna work out about the best, at least for right now. But like I said, we're supposed to go to the zoo sometime in April. We will probably transition to the new schedule after that zoo trip. What happened here? What did happen here? Oh my. Okay, well, we got one of them. Okay, there we go. Oh, that was a simple one. So that's good. My hand is like right under this fish, so I'm trying not to stab myself. I'm being a little tentative when I'm trying to poke downward. At least in the one section there. Like, where is my hand in relation to this needle at this very moment? So we will take that guy to there. All right. And then right here. Start to work on this section. Yeah, so the mother-in-law's gift is going to be an embroidered butterfly, and I have my rhinestones still, and I have some tiny ones. So his mom likes sparkly shit. So we're gonna try to, I have a butterfly image already selected. So I need to try to get that in my sketchbook, which is what I was trying to do yesterday, and my brain just gave up. And I'm gonna try to figure out what colors based on the metallic thread that I have available. It's probably gonna be like purple and blue. And maybe like the white iridescent. With some of those tiny rhinestones attached. So I might figure out where those tiny rhinestones are gonna be. And I might glue those in first and then sew around them. Hi, Pupper. We're not going anywhere this morning. It's too cold, guy. The wind chill was 7. You were out there. I think you're mad because other Grammy is not up yet. Excuse me. And he's trying to get me to go and let him in to her room. But she's not up yet, guy. You know she's not up yet because Mr. Bean's not loose. She'll probably be getting up soon. You just have to be patient. Okay. I'm sorry. You're gonna be one very sad pupper when she heads back out with her sister after she does jury duty. If they don't excuse her. Because she wasn't here over the weekend. She went up to her sister's. Doesn't she have to go to her other sister's to cook that corned beef?
I believe, but I don't think she has to leave anytime soon.
Okay, I didn't know what time. Like, I didn't know how long this thing had to cook or not. Apparently, they're doing a St. Patrick's thing tomorrow. I'm not sure why they're doing it tomorrow. Or if they're even still doing it, to be perfectly honest. Maybe tomorrow's actually St. Patrick's Day. I guess it would be tomorrow. Suppose that would be correct. She was originally saying that that they were doing something on Monday or some shit, I thought. Unless she had her dates wrong or something. I don't know. Alright, so this part of the fish is connected with the face part here. So I'm gonna have to probably cut this one off on the curve and kind of start to work in the other one. If I want to two-tone it. Like if I want the face part to be this purple color. Oh my goodness, Mr. Doggo. What does this mean? Can I just like... Oh my goodness, are you okay? What are you doing over there? You alright? Did you lose your balance? It's like I can't... Like I can go down through the hot glue a little bit easier than I can like coming up through it. Where? Alright, so I guess there. But I just kind of created a gap. Alright, so see if we can just keep kind of wrapping around this one section. Because I think I want to do the eyeball in this yellow too. I think. I mean, I could do the eyeball in white, but there's not gonna be... What? Hi. I know, you're mad. Oh my goodness. We are oh so mad, but you've got to wait. She's not up yet, Mr. Doggo. Oh my goodness, we are so mad that Grammy's not awake yet. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. You know what? I've got enough of this yellow. Maybe we'll just wrap around, even though I hate wasting thread like that, but at this point, it might just be... No, don't whine at me. I can't help it that she's not up yet. That's not my fault. And you can't go in until she's up. You have to wait, my guy. I'm sorry. But I don't know what time she even went to bed, Mr. Doggy. I don't know. You have to be patient. I know you're not a fan of that, but... Alright, that's not so bad. Alright, then we'll do this purple down and through there. See if I can... Alright. Start to figure out our eyeball here. You know, as long as I don't sew my hand to the back of the canvas. Like, that's not gonna do us any favors whatsoever. What? No, could you two strings like stay a little bit closer together? Like, that would be the most helpful. Okay. And we're just gonna finish filling in around our eyeball here. as best as we can. Oh, no. No. Why are we... No. Why are we being dumb? Alright. Because apparently it wanted a moment of being dumb, it seems. Okay. Okay. That there. And then you go there. And then one last spot there. Okay, so I'm going to take this off of that. And we are going to where does black come from? We weren't using black today. So it was there from the last time I was working on this guy. Okay, see if I can weave you under a little bit. Okay. And like I've said previously, when I'm all done, I'm gonna come back in and do a slightly watered down, not too much water. Maybe I won't water it down because then it might bleed up through the thread on the front. Just a little bit of a coating of glue on the back side. Okay, so we're gonna come back to our purple. Let's see, is this already a thinned down bit? Yes. Okay. Thought I still had a section of that. Okay, so we're gonna work on the face part next. I might try to add an eyeball with, or I might try to add like a little tiny eye dot in black when I get around to filling in that section, but we'll see. We'll definitely see how that goes. All right. So let's see here. So I'm gonna have to try to take this down through the purple here. At least a little bit. And it's still very close to where I am sewing at. I stabbed myself enough. I don't really need any more. Holes stabbed into me here. Kind of feels like I went through the glue there. In that particular spot. Probably did. Well, it's a little bit tough to poke through it. You can. Like, it's not impossible. Feels like that might be a spot that we can work with. And if I have to wrap around to make it easier, I can. Which I might need to do coming up here. At least in this section. Okay. Buddy, she's not up yet. I can't help that. I know you're being very impatient and very upset. But huffing at me isn't going to make her get up any faster. You could go bark at her door. But that's probably about the only thing that's going to work right now. Okay. Like, I can't make her magically decide to get up. I'm sorry. Doggo keeps coming over here to make sure I understand how mad he is. About the situation. But at the same time, there's really not much I can do, Mr. Doggo. If she's not up yet, she's not up yet. I know. You can sit there and pout at me all you want. It's not going to change it. Alright. So I am like having to do kind of similar to a standard satin stitch at the moment, sort of. But not exactly. We're basically wrapping around, and I'm going completely around underneath at the moment. Just because I can't find a spot to come up easily from underneath at the moment. So it's just been easier. To do it this way. I'm not entirely sure whose hair that was. That might have been Cal. But could have also been Peabody. He's got some white fuzz on him too. It's definitely one of the two. Because they've been hanging around the art stuff. Why don't you go lay outside her door, buddy, and wait for her? Maybe she'll sense the disturbance in the doggo force and come and let you in. Hmm? That's the only thing I can suggest to you. Though husband might go check on her soon. No, go talk to Daddy. I have nothing to do with this. Mr. Dog.
No.
Don't start your whining. He's mad that she's not up.
No. Go chill.
But hi.
Go lay down.
Hush. My ears, dude. I mean, it is almost, well, it is after 11 at this point, but where is, I guess there's good enough. Oh, he doesn't bark very often. Unless he's mad about something. Like, he doesn't really guard dog bark at, like, nothing. He'll occasionally bark if he sees somebody walking a dog across the street. Occasionally. But he's never really been like the guardy dog type where I'm gonna bark at a leaf blowing across the street kind of dog. But he does get sassy. Especially when he's mad. he's not getting what he wants. Suzu, where's Dad? Now where is he? I have no idea where he's at now. He might have decided to wake his mom up. Okay, she might have just been laying there in bed and still been awake. That might have been why he was extra mad. Because he knew she was up. Now that is entirely possible. Shorten. Was she up?
She was just waking up. I walked up to the door to her yelling at me.
Well, Bean's mad. Bean wants out. It's like everybody else in this house is up. Do that. Okay, so that's pretty good. Where is my... Okay, there's that. Figure out where my needle was. Okay, that's fairly good there. I think maybe one more. Right there. If I can get it in the spot that I want it in. Alright, yeah, that's pretty good. I think what I'm seeing is a shadow. Let me drop that on. Alrighty. And then just gonna slide that under. You okay?
Mm-hmm.
Do you need me for something?
No.
And that's not really long enough. I'm not going to save that little tail end. So let's look at this guy right side up. Alright, that's not so bad. You can kind of get his fishy shape idea in there. Okay, so we've got another fishy guy over here. So let me pop you back on the holdy bit here. Might still on screen. Okay. So now we figure out this fish. And I had a couple of options here. Is Bean loose yet or no?
Yes.
I mean, I was thinking this green and purple, but I've already got the purple on that one, so maybe not. Hmm. Alright, let's see if we can find another. I'm in the cube here looking. That's a similar pink to our letters. It's not the same pink, but it is similar. So would that be weird? Let's see. To be that close. It might be. It might be weird. Alright, let me check the last one in the cube before I go look at the other box. Alright, maybe we will go with these two. It's not really the same color. I don't have to two-tone it. I could make it all one color. Maybe we do that. Maybe we just make it that pale yellow. Right? So I keep forgetting that these are cardboard bobbins and not plastic. And I'm like, why is this giving me so much trouble? I think I definitely prefer the plastic bobbins. If for no other reason than they're a little bit sturdier. So this is color 725, and it does seem to be fairly close to the DMC color thread chart. I did save a copy of a thread chart. Let me see, can I find that real quick? No, that's not what I wanted. That's what I wanted. So this is 7. I don't know. This says 725. Maybe that's right. I'm not sure what color that is, though. Doesn't say. Does it list the color names? Do they have names? They might not have names. Just 725. This feels a little paler than that, though, but I don't know. That's what this is saying. I'd have to go back through my link. Like, I have my own private Discord that I drop links into when people are telling me to pick out what I want for gifts. I will drop them in there as I'm trying to figure out, and then whittle it down to when I give it to the husband. But I will drop them in there, trying to keep track of the budget I've been given. And I think I might still have it in there, and it might say in the description if it follows the DMC color numbering, but who knows for sure if it really does. Let's see, I am probably better off with the threader. Here at this very moment. At least the threader doesn't mind going through this needle. The needle I'm using on my mom's gift, it seems to fight me tooth and nail. And the eye looks bigger on the other one than this one. So go figure. So hold on one second. All right, sorry about that. My mom interrupts me. Then she's like, "Oh, are you streaming?" I'm like, "Yeah." "Oh, never mind." I'm like, "You've already interrupted me. What do you want?" Like, that's also why we are going back to a later um time to stream, so that usually the rest of the house is pretty much settled at that point. So we'll have fewer fewer parental interruption needs, or need interruptions, because they will be pretty much settled in for the night and going to bed. Husband's been having a lot of trouble sleeping lately, so he's been up till whenever. So we're just thinking that maybe switching to a little bit later, because now we can transition the dogs to being out, taking their last, or they're having their outing after dinner, now that it is staying late later in the day. I just kind of feel like it might be a little bit better if we go back to our later time zone, not time zone, but stream time. Before I used to do it like 2 to 4, but my mom's been wanting to eat later, and the afternoon can be a little bit tough, especially if we're running errands, being back in time. I don't really like waiting to the end of the day to stream, but because I'm usually starting to get tired by the end of the night, but we'll give it a go. We'll see. And we'll be starting that later in April. I don't know the exact date of that change just yet. That's gonna depend on whatever day we finally end up heading to the zoo. You know, I was afraid I had done that. It's like, I think I came back up through the same spot I just went down. And yes, I sure did. Because we have to be up early for that. Because they open at 9. And it is a 2-hour drive from here. Maybe 2.5. So we want to make sure that we get our money's worth of entry fee. You know, $20-some to get in. I'd like to be there most of the day, if possible. So, I mean, we might not get there till like 10 o'clock, 10:30. I'd like to get there sooner, but you know, we have to get up, get the dogs dealt with, pack our snacks. gas. You don't need money for the tolls anymore because they bill you for toll by plate. So they take a picture of your license plate and mail you the bill. You then have to pay because we don't have a auto toll pass for that part of the road. I don't believe they accept SunPass on that section. And that's the only thing that we currently have is SunPass for when we're in Florida. Because they throw us on a turnpike for a part of it. I mean, we could probably take another route that didn't put us on the toll road, but the toll road's just a little bit easier to deal with, and it's more of a straight shot than kind of messing around with all the squiggly roads through the mountains to get over into Oklahoma. Or to get through that section of Oklahoma, rather. Okay. Don't watch my hand there. Make sure I don't get stabbed there. Sorry, I just had the thought of, am I in the shot? Pretty sure I am. Looks to be. I got distracted because the one screen looked like I was sort of not in the shot, but no, I think we're okay. I could have made this bit of thread a little bit longer, but I have the other piece from us separating this down. Oh. So while it might not be enough of a length to finish the whole thing, it should be enough between both pieces for sure. That one probably could have been a little bit closer there. And I can use the black the black floss background fill to kind of clean up any of the weird edges that might arise there. Sorry, I was just checking for any snags along the back that might have popped up there. All right. Also don't have to worry too much about any of the weird. Oops. I did have a huge snag there. Hold on. How far back was this snag? Okay. Wasn't too. You're really gonna do me like that? Oh, yes, yes, you are. Because why not? That's a different string. It's one of the black pieces that I think I just might have unknotted from somewhere. Okay, that's gonna go down there. Question is, will this still look like a fish? By the time I'm done without it being different colors. And that is the question. Like, I don't know, because this one kind of feels like a little bit of a hot mess disaster. I could fill in the flatter sections with a different color, though. That is something we could do. So I could grab like a light orange, maybe. And that, in theory, could help fill in the flat sections and kind of give it a slightly different feel. Oh. Is that the same hole? No. Good. Sorry, I usually feel the back to see if I have any snags. But I've got a lot of thread in the one section here, kind of zigzagging around. So it's not really an accurate indicator at the moment. As to whether or not I've got a snag back there. Where? Okay. It's nowhere near where I thought it was. Okay. This there. Okay. But yeah, no, we really lucked out because about an hour after they took us out of that tornado watch yesterday, like everybody to our east, man, their weather got real wild, and I was like, oh boy. It's like, no, no thank you. We're really only in the very beginning of spring severe season. In fact, it's not even technically spring yet. I don't think. husband was gonna plant some flowers and he didn't realize it was gonna get below freezing again. We have them in our dryer. Oh, you know what? That dryer was still gonna get cold. Maybe that wasn't the best decision. You might want to check on them.
Check on what?
Those flowers.
Oh, yeah.
Because I forgot the...
Well, I mean, I didn't get a chance to take them out yesterday because...
The air coming in the vent's gonna be cold. Alright. Let me deal with this real quick. And then we'll do that, and we'll block that, and we'll do that. And we'll do that. Okay. Alright. Sometimes we just gotta take a minute.
They're in good condition. One of them looks pretty wilty, but it was also the weakest looking one.
Is that the one of the purple ones that had the flower fall off of it? Or...
No, it's one of the pink ones that's kind of flopped over a little bit at the top,
Uh-oh.
but not unexpected. When is it supposed to stop freezing? Like, are we supposed to freeze tonight?
I don't know. Let's find out. I know Saturday it's supposed to be up to almost 90. Let's see, it's currently 25. No, currently 24 with a feels like of 12. Tonight's low is 20.
Okay, it's not today.
Tomorrow is 54 with a low of 44. And for the next 10 days, that's the lowest low I see, is tomorrow's 44. At the moment. Man, this dog might be out of luck for his afternoon run. Because at 2 o'clock it's supposed to be 30 with a feels like of 18. That's a little cold. To be dragging him around outside. He might have to cope with staying here today. Which I know he's gonna be mad about, but... what time do you have to start dinner?
Probably like 3 o'clock.
Really?
Well, 3:30, I suppose.
Alright. Who's running tonight?
TJ. Assuming Tyler doesn't suddenly come up and say, hey, I'm running tonight.
I mean, if it was already decided, I doubt Tyler would.
They were talking about it.
Oh, so they're still figuring it out between the two of them.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Maybe one more there. Oh, Thunder Feet. Hey. Hey. Yeah. You're shredding my box, buddy.
Nice.
That's not for you to shred, my guy. Oh, I hear chirpies. I think the woodpecker found the new suet box suet cake. Suet offering. That I popped out there. So the suet brick that we had out there, pretty much gone. We have a different brand this time. This other brand is kind of messy compared to the last one that I had. Well, him and Bean are being him and Bean, it would seem. Where are we? There we are. Alright, so yeah, this guy is going to be a little bit tough because he's pretty close in on himself. So I think I will end up kind of filling in Snuffles. My word, ma'am. I think I will end up filling in the non-raised up parts on this guy. With a different color. Now we're gonna still do this color to about here. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, maybe 14 more spots to fill in with that lighter blue in this spot. In this section that we've been working on. Now this guy's probably going to take me a little bit of time to get through. And once I get done working on some gifts here, I might work on him a little bit off stream too. Maybe. Like I'll more than likely, at the very least, work on the background at least a little bit off stream. I do have some other things I want to work on here. I feel like this strand of yellow Didn't really get us all that far. But at the same time, we're also not quite done with it yet either. Question really becomes, can I get the other color in there? Because that is a bit of a tight squeeze. In this particular spot. I had a feeling I just did that. Where it had come up through, I was like, don't know about that. So this guy might be more of like a long-term project. Just depending on how long it's gonna take to get through him here. This guy's a little bit more of a mess than the other one, right? Just because of how close the lines were. Yeah, I think I'll definitely need at least a tiny bit of the other string there. More than likely. Doesn't quite seem feasible. This is going to be enough. To get around everybody here. Where are we? Hello? Oh, there you are. Okay. Well, that's not quite the right spot. Bean just jumped into our laundry basket. Not sure if that thud got picked up or not. At least I think that's what that thud was.
Pretty sure.
For some reason, he likes hanging out in there. I spent way too long trying to find him yesterday, only to realize that that's where he was. I was starting to get upset. I'm like, where is this cat? Only walked by him like 4 times. That's... So how are we looking on this guy? I mean, right now he looks pretty messy. So I can either wait and clean him up with the black, or we can stick another color in there. I don't know. I don't know what I want to do. I mean, second color might be too much. Just based off the size that we have to work with. We're gonna have the black thread cleaning up the outer edges at the very least. But I could bring the black thread in and clean up this guy now. Indecisiveness at its finest. I'm looking at that, and that's going to be a really tough cell to get that in there, potentially. Like the stencil made it look all neat and clean, but it definitely got a bit thicker once we added the hot glue into the equation. I'm going to... He's kind of just turning into one large blob there. Oh, it looks like I sewed that in. That's fine. At least I know that's not gonna go anywhere. That. Certainly doesn't want to behave. Hopefully that'll be enough to keep you from going anywhere. Alright, let me grab the other piece here. I'm still contemplating what I want to do about this. Look here, you. That there. I know this bit of string is like way too long. For the amount I have left, but I've already split it, so might as well. Okay. Okay. So yes, this guy is upside down at the moment. I need to be able to reach. See what I'm doing here. So there's going to be times that we are upside down and right side up. So do not fear about that. You're not looking at it wrong. My camera has not malfunctioned this time. To do black. What's the matter?
Oh, nothing. I thought I'd have to go get Bean to stop jumping on the dishes, but it was your mom.
Oh, I was wondering why you jumped up so fast. I thought somebody needed you. Let's try there. That's not. There we go. It's like I felt it catch that time. Sometimes you can feel the snag before it completely becomes an impossible to detangle knot. Sometimes not so much. From my experience here, as limited as it is. So I am still kind of learning. I still have my Learn Stitchy kit. This bit of thread should be enough to finish the bones of this fish at the very least. Is that the same hole? Yep. Well, it's good to see that some things don't change with me. And so far, that has been a skill that I have been perfecting without even trying to. Coming back up through the same hole rather blindly. Not really a marketable skill, but it's definitely a skill, I guess. Especially considering I'm doing this kind of blind and can't always see where my needle's at. Sometimes I am not where I think I am. And my hand is kind of right next to where I'm at underneath. So I'm trying to be kind of slow about poking that down in, just to make sure that I am not about to completely stab thyself. Alright, so I did use some stencils to help get some of these designs on here. Is this actually a knot here? It is. How bad of a knot is it? Let's see here. Oh, tell me I just didn't make that worse. Okay, there we go. I was gonna say, there's no way that we've gone through that much thread already. did use some like sea life stencils that I had for the fish and the jellyfish. And some of our corally things. There's no room for you up there, sir. You're gonna have to find somewhere else to nap. I promise you. Do not jump up there. Cow is contemplating being cow at the moment. And he's about to make a questionable life choice. As Cow often does. He's eyeballing where my box, or one of my boxes of thread are sitting. And where the hoop holder is with my mom's Mother's Day project sitting on it. So I have a bin of yarn that way. And I have sketchbook, some colored pencils, the tissue paper that I prepped for the next tissue paper art project. The in progress Mother's Day thing, and some thread sitting on there, and I really don't want him laying on top of that. I want you, yeah, I guess probably about as good as that's gonna get. Probably. Yeah, like you can kind of see the fishy shape, but at the same time, it's a very messy fishy shape. So I might try to fill in around that as best as I can here. Okay, he's decided to move on somewhere else since I wouldn't move anything out of his way. Like, of all the places this cat has as options to sleep in this house, he's picking like the worst places. He keeps trying to lay in Zuzu's bed when this cat can literally be anywhere, and Zuzu only has a limited number of places that he'll lay. Like, really, guy? You gotta do the dog dirty like that? to the point that I've had to physically remove the cat from the dog's bed. Come on. Okay. Let's see, I don't know if that is... Okay. Kind of works, but we will see about that. Back am I? There I am. So I did kind of loop around that spot. I'm gonna do it again right here just to make that a little bit easier. Did have a snag back there. There we go. It's like something felt off under there. And it suddenly felt like I had less string to work with. Alrighty, do that. I still haven't figured out what color I want this inside section of this fish to be. I could still go with that like pale red orange, I guess. I mean, it's that, or maybe like a super dark blue, provided it's not the same dark blue I end up using for the bottom bit of water. No, don't be doing that. There goes Bean. So I'm not sure if that's Bean leaving or arriving. I guess we'll find out in a minute. Well, that wasn't helpful. In the slightest. Okay. This guy. Same hole. Yep. Like, I kind of need to straighten this bit out here.
Really?
What did he do?
He knocked it right over on which thankfully didn't spill everything. Yeah, it didn't spill much. Bless you, pal. Good.
Well, it's been a destructive chaos tornado. Because of course it is. He's getting a little better. But I think he's always gonna have some sort of chaos bubble surrounding him. At least for some time, because he is almost a carbon copy of personality to Cal. Almost. Not quite as bad in some aspects. There. But he still only wants to cuddle on his terms. Otherwise, he's too cool for cuddling. It seems. What are y'all doing? I hear you doing something. I don't know what. I don't know if I should be concerned or not. I definitely hear you. Question is it actual real trouble you're about to get into? Or is it imagined trouble and we're fine? I mean, so yeah, he's a little messy. A little bit, but not too. Oh yeah, we had all kinds of snags happen in there. From the looks of it. Well, on the plus side, it shouldn't be going anywhere. Hopefully. Oh no, I don't need you to. I need to weave you under something I can get you back out from underneath. All right, let's try that. Okay. So, I mean, I guess I don't have to do another color on that one. I could probably just clean it up with the black. It's kind of funny that this is set up to have more stacky cubes attached to the bottom of it. Hmm. I mean, that's kind of like a corally pink. What is this? 352. I mean, we could try it. So this sewing thread kit I got off of Amazon. I'd mostly been trying to like find the most color options for my money spent, or for the money spent. So it was a gift. Let's see. That goes. I might have to replace these cardboard bobbins with some of the plastic ones just for longevity. Potentially. But we'll see. Okay. I was using like extra bobbins I had to wrap the split strands onto, at least when I know I'm going to be grabbing those split strands, but I don't know if I'm going to be grabbing that back off of that card. Okay. Not a fan of these headphones. I prefer earbuds more, but they don't make my ears sore. But the earbuds I have only have so much time on them on a charge. I'm actually debating putting 2 sets of ear covers on these to see if they give it a little bit more padding. Snuffles, he's not bothering you. You don't have to bark at him every time he jumps onto the bed. My goodness gracious, girl. He's allowed to be on the bed. You're allowed to be on the bed. Everybody's allowed to be on the bed. Okay? Alright. we are over here. Alright, so yeah, I probably will need that other, well, I don't know. We might need that other pink. Or, yeah, that other pink. We will see how things pan out here. Oh, that's why you were being a little bit weird there. I had basically come up in the spot that I didn't want to be, and I just did it again. Woohoo! Okay, well, how about we deliberately move further over. So that we can get this guy. Whoop, trying to wrangle string and hold the canvas steady at the same time. Doesn't always work. Okay. Get under here? Yeah. Okay. I was feeling all of the red action under there. So that was getting a little bit confusing. Right there. Maybe a little down there. Alrighty. Now, the lighting on this might look a little off. Like it might look like there's a weird sheen like in here. It's just the shine from the thread and the way all of the lights are hitting it. But if I turn any of the overhead lights off, then we're not going to be able to see anything. So That is just a side effect from the floss having a slight sheen to it. It does not look that shiny in person at all. Where the heck am I here? That's a little higher than I want it to be. Seriously? Alright, we'll find that. I will come up here. And we will go down there. Okay. One more thread piece. In that spot. So we have a little bit of a gap there. Okay. Now, even though I'm filling in the inside of the fish here, I might still come back in with the black and just kind of do a quick line, kind of separating the two colors from each other. Just to kind of give it more of like a, almost like a stained glass feel. What the heck? No, needle, where did you go? There you are. Didn't want to quite be in that spot, but all right then. Nope. So I'm gonna slide over in that direction, and I'm gonna change directions here. Well, we're gonna try to change directions here. It may or may not work. Just a little piece of the gesso that kind of flaked off a bit there. Do you want to tell her ahead of time that we're not going this afternoon so she doesn't get him wound up? It's just too cold to drag him around outside. Like, we're cold. And we try to accommodate the old man, but a feels like of below freezing is kind of a hard line. It's like, no, not today. That's just not gonna happen today. I feel like he's already getting uppity about it. Whoop. No, no, no. What are you? There we go. All kinds of tangles happening underneath there. Yeah, so I think we'll more than likely do that bit of black thread. To like outline in between the colors here. When is she leaving?
Oh, when she gets to it.
I mean, she's still doing that today, right?
Yes. She's getting in the shower now.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if plans had changed or what. Okay, and that there. So, I mean, it's not like a huge stripe of color. But it's something. Definitely something. Very tiny area there that I can work with. So the amount of thread that's going to show through there is going to be fairly tiny. Tell if I had a snag back in there, or if it was just from me like looping the color around. I guess at this point, as long as it's not going anywhere. What the heck? Something just happened. What the heck? Hold on. Something's wrong. What did we do here? I don't know what the heck just happened. Okay, you know what? I'm gonna pull you off. Because I don't know what the heck. I don't know what the heck that was about. Maybe I do know what that was about. Oh my. Oh, that's a bad snag. Okay, that seems to have knotted there. Somehow one of the threads got caught, and I was now working with only 2 instead of 3. I'm not entirely sure what the heck that was about. I'm not sure if that was just Mr. Bean having the zooms. All on his own. Or if he was chasing something. Either entirely possible. Let's see if we can. I'm not sure what happened there. Like, not entirely. Alright. Probably got caught on another section of thread. Oh, he's chasing cow. But Cal's not,
Come here.
Cal's like leaning into it. For all that Cal is a drama queen, half the time when we separate them, then he walks up to Mr. Bean and whaps him in the head. So, you know, sometimes Cal deserves it for being a butthead. All of his own accord. Is that cow purring?
Yes.
Alright, so I'm gonna kind of double back here. Over this mishap. Just to try to make sure that it's not gonna go anywhere until we can deal with the backside. Is it good back here? Seems like it. Okay. So where? Oh, that is coming up through glue. Still through glue. Where the heck are we? Oh, there we are. Alright, so there's that. Buddy, you can't go in there right now. If she had wanted you to come in, she would have let you in. And she has to go somewhere. And we can't. Oh, how long is she going to be gone?
Well, you said that we probably weren't going to take them, so.
No, but for dinner.
She said she'd get back for dinner, but I don't know if she's going to be. Honestly, if we have leftovers, I'll end up eating them.
That was a weird noise that I just heard.
Hi.
I don't know what that noise meant. I don't know if that was a Kindle noise. Hey.
Ease up, it's Cal. Okay, Zuzu, you're following him close. Come on now.
They're just dicking with each other at this point. That much is obvious. Alright, so I'm just kind of trying to put in a little bit of color in there. You know what? No, if you want to come up through that side, that's fine. It's not going to be a whole lot of color that we can see. But it'll be a little bit something. A little bit of something. Like this whole project was really meant to be more of an experiment for me. More than anything. Just to kind of see what we could do in theory. Have a little bit of gesso. There we go. It had flaked up and I couldn't get it out of there. That's what I was fussing with. Uh-oh. Don't be doing that. I'll just wrap around this piece, that's fine. Not a huge problem. Hopefully that didn't just come up through. Nope, it did. Okay. Let's see, maybe we can do it this way. Probably good enough. Now, do you have to drop her off, or?
No.
Does she have to take a crock pot with her?
No, my aunt has one that she's going to use.
Okay, let's see if we can pop up through there. Whose door is she going out? Do you know?
Hmm?
Do you know whose door she's going out?
No, I assume your mother's, but I don't know.
I mean, with being loose and her hands full, it might be better for her to go out through here. Where the heck are we? Alright, this. Do that guy. So we're almost there with this color. I still have that little bit in the center. 1 second. Alright. Let's see, where are we? Sorry, mother-in-law is going out through our door. Though I swear it sounded like our car just hit the bottom of that. Okay. Pulled that to me a little too far. Sorry about that. Alright, since we're not taking the old man anywhere this afternoon except for around the house, I might go a little bit later today. We don't have to be done at the stroke of 2 here today, so a little bit more time to work with here. That's a little bit more helpful with it being tilted like that. I don't have to stick my other arm fully up there. To try to hold it up. That is a little bit faster. A little bit more of an awkward view, maybe for you guys. Maybe. Okay. So that is tapping the desk a bit. There. Okay. Hopefully that's not the same spot, and it very well might have just been. Yeah, it probably was. Okay. That's fine. We can figure it out. And then this one. Okay, so maybe there to there, just to kind of finish off the fishy shape. Down in there. Oh, get off of there. All right, so I'm not entirely sure how I want to do the entirety of this spot here. It's like, it's really super skinny. For the space I have to work with. This could be a little bit tricky in here. Maybe up. Oh, uh-oh. There we go. I say maybe we shouldn't have done that. Let's see. Alright, how about we go to there. And we try to fill in this little... What was that? Who made that noise?
Doing bean.
Buddies. Come on now. Bean in a basket. He hasn't mastered the gracefulness of a cat yet. Although, at this point, I don't know that he ever will. He's probably... I don't know if he's the least graceful of everybody. Because Peabut's certainly not all that graceful, that's for certain. Alright, so that's sort of cleaned up our fishy shape a bit here. Still not, like, super perfect, but I think we are good enough in that spot. So let me pop that off the back here. Oh yeah, I don't know what the heck happened there. Something did. Yeah, something sure did. Let's see. I just want to get you through some stitches here. So I know you're not gonna wander away on me. Okay. Now, I can get this back up on the arm here. Grab my stitchy box. Okay, so we are back to working on some water. So I'm thinking like here would be the cutoff, like this to here, maybe the other, like the medium blue I was gonna use. Hopefully we have enough of this blue. That's gonna be awkward. Hold on a second. I might have to go back to Walmart. I don't have more of this color. And that's a problem. Unless I transition now to the other color. Well, I don't know what color this is, so I'm gonna have to go and color match it. And hope for the best, I guess. I don't think I have a similar color in the cube. I mean, it's that, or we do, it might look weird to have the watercolor transitioning across. Excuse me, 3 strands, please. 3. Sorry, don't mind me. I'm just over here fighting with my thread. Did not think that this color was going to be one that I was going to have to be careful with, but surprise. I have to go through the cube later and see if I have a close color, and if I don't, then I'll have to see if I can try to take my sample to the Mart of Walls. I thought I had more of this color, but apparently I don't. And that's a slight issue. All right. Pop the threader in. See, that threader goes through just fine. The other needle that has a actually bigger eye likes to fight me. Oh no, you didn't. You did. No. Let's not. Let's not do that. 1, 2, 3. feel like I messed this knot up too. Alright, well, let's hope it's good enough. I mean, I could, in theory, take it up to here and then maybe do the other color from there to there, but I don't know. Should I stop and try to color match this now? Like, I have enough of this for the very moment. I don't think I am on the screen. There we go. All right. I'm not even sure what time it is. Okay. Yeah, I mean, like, we're not heading out with the doggo this afternoon, so don't have to be wrapped up by a specific time today. Well, I mean, I do have a hard stop time of 3:30 to help make dinner, because he has D&D tonight. I call it D&D because they've done everything from like 5th edition to Cyberpunk, Shadowrun. I don't know what they're doing right now. Something involving anarchy. Is it Cyberpunk Anarchy or is it its own thing? I don't remember. They're kind of in the Cyberpunk Shadowrun kind of realm. I think they're in the Cyberpunk realm. I don't really pay that much attention. I try. All I know is what they're doing now is rather math heavy, and I'm like, nope, I'm out. The heck? Okay, there we are. I was like, I could feel it hitting something, but I wasn't seeing exactly where the needle was pushing up entirely. I have no idea when the mother-in-law is going to be getting her car back. supposedly her sister that she's traveling with up, has the RV up in Missouri, needs it more right now, but I don't know why. Like, do you really need it more? Are you really going somewhere every single day? If she was a little bit better of a driver, I wouldn't mind so much with her taking our car. She's not. Yes. You alright? Who are you talking to?
Your mom. I just had to find me.
Okay. I shoved that down with confidence and had a split second of crap, where's my finger? As that was slamming down into there. I was a little too self-assured there for a moment. But it's fine. I mean, I didn't react to being in pain, so I guess it worked out. In the end. I suppose. I mean, yeah, at the very least, this one, this one, this one, and this one. Maybe that one needs to get done before I transition to a different watercolor here. I really want to get some painting done. But haven't had the time. Trying to get Mother's Day gifts done. And planned at this point. Because I can probably start the mother-in-law's, probably. Before I get the metallic thread. That was not a fun little moment there. I was like, really? Let's not do that. In that very spot, shall we? And again, there is so much thread going on under here. No, we're okay. just a moment there when I ran my finger across the back, I was not sure what I was feeling. No, 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 what we're not gonna do is that. So let's not do that. No, no. Oh gosh, fingers. Could we? Thank you. Okay. It just wants to be difficult. At least that's what it feels like. I will double back on that if I need to. Don't know if I'm going to. That seems okay. This guy here. Well, it's not technically a stream unless we have chat messages that we have to report, right? So we've had 2 of those today. There's 2 new people on the ban list, I guess. Alright, so if we do this guy, right? And we're gonna take him I do this guy. I guess it would be better to get these two, I guess. Like, I don't know, does it really have to be like a hard line of where one color stops? Should it be a hard line? Should I like bring that down a little bit? Should I bring the other color up a little bit? Don't know if that's really where I wanted to come up at there. But that's where we came up nonetheless. I guess we'll bump over to this one. Might have enough. On this thread. So maybe get this piece filled in. Whoop. That wasn't a good time under there. We're okay though, right? Yeah. Or at least we seem to be. Like I said, I'm going to use the black to come back in and fill in around everybody. I was just going to outline them originally, but once I started filling in the background, I really liked how it looked. But that will be more of a labor of love in the background, I suppose, until we don't have anything else left to color in. I guess. This guy. I will say that the player housing in WoW is almost dragging me back in. Almost. But it's that darn $15 a month that I just can't swing. Because then I'm gonna feel like I've wasted my money if I'm not playing, dang it, for like X amount of time each day. It's like, what if I have several days in a row where I just don't have time to pop in? Then I feel like I'm not getting my money's worth. And I'm not going to be able to pop in every day. But I will say there is, you know, every so often, kind of wouldn't mind playing. And I guess technically I could mess about on a trial account, but I can't access I don't believe I can access Auction House on a trial account. And I'm locked at 20. Can't do anything after that. Well, I can't gain any more XP. So I think the only thing I could do would be to sell stuff to vendors. And I don't know if you can even do anything involving housing on the trial account. I'd be surprised if you could. Just, I don't know, man. Like, I can't do the dragon riding. That was the main reason I quit. And the Pathfinder. To be able to use any mount in the Dragon Isles required dragon riding, or required storylines that involved the dragon riding. Now, I know it's a new expansion, and I don't think, I could be wrong, but I don't think dragon riding is required. At this point, I could be wrong. I didn't really keep up with all of the changes that came in. With Midnight. Almost filled in on this guy. Where the heck am I? There I am. I was like, I'm tapping the underside and I'm not seeing any sort of needle bulge here. You okay?
Yeah.
What's wrong?
Oh, Bean got the rest of the water bowl.
Oh, dang it, Bean. I just filled that. I might be better off. Coming up through here. I mean, I doubt he did it on purpose, but still, it's aggravating.
Mm-hmm.
Alright, so I don't know.
Dude, I'm cleaning what you just did.
He's like, but I want to do it some more. Don't know that I've got enough string after sliding over here to finish this spot. You know he's going to.
He immediately ran over to have a look.
Yep. And then he'll start trying to cover it. For some reason, that's the beaniest thing to do. Is that we need to cover the water bowl. And in the process, tip it over. Even though we already tipped it over jumping out of the laundry basket. little bit ago. And now Zuzu is going to be even bigger mad. That we're not doing afternoon activities. Today. Because of how cold out it is. I mean, we have a little coat for them, but still. It's awfully chilly out. Chilly is not even the right word. It's 28 and windy, so that wind chill, man. He's gonna be a little popsicle. We don't want an old man popsicle. That's not gonna do anybody any good. Do we have enough? To, at the very least, finish this little tiny bit here. That is the question. Be close. Like exceedingly close. Right? Because I still have to tie this off. Oh, thought it almost came off of the needle there for a second. I was like, oh no. Like, no, 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 no. Not intended. In the slightest. That might be as good as that one's gonna get. Alright, so we're getting real short here. I've got to have somebody here I can slide you under. Oh, nope, that's not what I wanted. Okay, good enough, right? Got a tiny bit of leftover, but that's okay. You know what, before I get rid of that, I'm gonna need to see if I can color match that to something in the cube. Let me open my needle into the box so I don't lose it. Alright. Don't believe I've got anything in that one that's going to help us. Alrighty, none of those look like they are the right color. Now my eye goes to this, but this is darker. Yeah, that's noticeably darker. Okay, not that. Dang. Like, this is close too, but that's like, it's not the same. And that's not the same. Aggravation. Tenfold. Alright. I guess I'm gonna have to go to Walmart and see if they've got somebody that's close. Because if they don't, I'm in a bit of a situation, right? Where I'm gonna have to keep it like very much into here. Oh, hey, I've got another turtle here. I didn't realize I'd put another turtle in. I mean, I might be okay if I just keep it up here, but the next time we head into Walmart, I'm gonna have to try to see if I can find more of this just to make sure. I mean, I might have enough to do like just this top swath, but at the same time, now I'm a little nervous that I'm not gonna have enough. I guess we'll see what happens with that. But in the meantime, we got, what did we do today? We got this fishy finished. And we did that fishy, and then we got some background lobbies filled in. So, you know, we actually did get a little bit done, even though it doesn't seem like we did. But we did get some things done. And so, yay for that at least. Oh, wait, these two are part of these threads. Okay. So, forgot this belongs somewhere in this menagerie. I think you were from there. You look like you're from there. Alright. So we will call it there today. We'll be back tomorrow for needle felting, and we'll be picking back up with our sunrise. I'm gonna add another shade of purple here to transition between these two because it feels like it needs it. But that'll be for tomorrow. So thank you guys for popping in today and seeing where we're at with this. Let me get this out of the way. Don't forget to follow the socially links down below. That will take you to the Ko-fi, the Blue Sky, and the YouTube channel. I will also take you to the eBay store, but I don't have anything listed at the moment because we're going to be doing farmers market soon. But yeah, we'll I'll let you know when I get stuff posted up on there again. It's kind of why I wanted to paint so I could work on some little tiny guys, but I just remembered something else I wanted to pick up from Amazon to add to my embroidery hoop um, order. So I hope everybody enjoys the rest of their afternoon. Stay warm, stay safe. Some people were getting a buttload of snow. We are not one of them, thank goodness. And I'll see everybody tomorrow. So until next time, you guys, have a good one.